Hey ladies and gentlemen, you know it's that time again. It's time for a review of WWE TLC. This was the last WWE pay-per-view of the year. And it should have went out. You figured last pay-per-view of the year, they need to go out with a bang. They did not. Simply as you figure, this whole year is really not memorable. The whole entire 12-month span of 2011, there aren't many things that we as fans remember or even want to remember. We probably only talk about one rivalry the whole damn year, and that was Cena and Punk, because that's the best thing they had going for them. Everything else has been horrible. Every rivalry has been horrible. The booking, the writing has just been shitty at best. Raw has been the worst I have ever seen in many, many, many years. TLC tonight did not stand for tables, ladders, and chairs. It stand for total lazy crap. I mean, every match is probably only one match that delivered on this entire card, and that was the main event. And that's just, This was in Baltimore, Maryland, by the way. Let's go to the first match on the card, shall we? Dolph Ziggler versus Zack Ryder for the United States Championship. Again. Zack was it's amazing how a guy like Zack Ryder, a guy who has probably the the third most ridiculous gimmick in the WWE, followed after, he's, Santino and Hornswoggle. He follows those two, but it's funny how Dolph Ziggler really doesn't have that much fan base. I mean, I'm not saying he can't draw or anything, but it's just that the fans just don't gravitate towards him. Then all of a sudden, people just started getting on the Zack Ryder bandwagon. This match, pretty much as it started out, it was just like the other matches. Ziggler was on the advantage for the majority of the first half of this match until Vicky got ejected because Zack Ryder had Ziggler in a pinning combination, and of course she put his foot on the ropes. She ejected him. Now, normally when this happens, Dolph Ziggler still usually manages to win a match. But the last 4 minutes of this match was actually pretty decent, as opposed to the first six minutes. Zack hit him with the Rough Rider, that jump up leg drop that you only see really on video games. It's just amazing how the laws of physics on video games are these days. And actually, surprisingly, Zack Ryder actually won his very first. I wouldn't say very first. I think it was tag champ for a little bit. I think with Kurt Hawkins. Back when we had a tag team division. And Zack Ryder, you know it, and woo woo woo, and all that bullshit, is the new United States champion. I give this match a 2.5 out of 5. Yes, it was that bad. Next up, we have the tag team title match. Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston versus the Black Sin Cara, Hunico or Epico, whatever the fuck his name is, and Primo. And I was saying to myself, what garbage can did they pull Primo out of? I mean, when was the last time you seen this guy? But hey, they finally put Miz in the main event. Well, I was actually going to make a video about the tag team division in my State of the WWE address video. I'm hoping I get a new camera for Christmas, so I'm going to wait and make that video then. Shouldn't take long. This match, basically, I was turned off from this match immediately when I saw these two come down to the ring. Not Bourne and Kofi, but when I seen Epico or Hunico and whatever the fuck his name is, and Primo come down. And I seen Rosa Mendez come down to the ring with him, and I said, hadn't I seen this match? Didn't I see this combination somewhere before? So I had to look through my little archives, and I said, oh yeah, they're a WWE ripoff of Mexican America. So after that, I really cared less about this match. I think the match was bullshit. I thought they was going to lose the titles because, of Evan Bourne's, wellness policy. But at near the end of the match, there was a lot of high flying by Bourne and Kingston as usual. And Kingston came out of nowhere with a Trouble in Paradise for the win, and they retained the tag titles. I also give this match a 2.5 out of 5. Next up, we have the table match between Randy Orton and Wade Barrett. I am tired of Randy Orton. How the guy only done 2 jobs all fucking year. Nobody gets over when you wrestle Randy Orton and John Cena. I don't know if they just don't know how to get people over. The writers don't let them put people over. But Wade Barrett should be wrestling for world titles right now. He really should. And it's in a table match, so you know no one really has to get pinned. So basically you look for a lot of spots. Randy Orton got fucked up on a couple bad bumps in this match. Wade Barrett was a little physically dominating. He was on his A game. And like the matches he had with Christian, just like the matches he had with CM Punk, he did the same thing that The Undertaker has to do. He has to cause someone to do a spot into an RKO through a table, and Randy Orton wins. This match seemed really, really rushed. It wasn't worked to the best of its ability, and it's such a shame that no one can get over it. I'll be stating that in my WWE address. This match gets a 3 out of 5. Next up, the Divas title for the 3rd time in a fucking row. Kelly Kelly and Beth Phoenix. I'm not even going to talk about this one. There was a lot of screaming, a lot of hair pulling. Kelly Kelly is just so fucking horrible in the ring. It makes someone who's as talented as Beth Phoenix look like crap. And Kelly Kelly tried to go for the K2. And Beth countered like she usually does. She was trying to go for a glam slam, and Kelly Kelly countered and rolled her up. I thought it was going to be the way she won the title the first time. Then Beth Phoenix managed to hit her with like an electric chair drop after a lot of back and forth action. And Beth Phoenix retained. I give this match also a 2.5 out of 5. One spot in this match is when Kelly Kelly was on a tie rope and jumped off, and Beth caught her and hit her with a spine buster. Next up, this is the match that I dreaded all night long. Triple H and Kevin Nash in a ladder match with a sledgehammer up there. This match was probably what all us fans was dreading when you think about it, because you figure you have these two guys. Kevin Nash is 52, Triple H is 43. And of course, the match was hot-shotted, weapons. You couldn't just leave it a normal match, because they had to do the same thing with Undertaker and Triple H, because the two old bastards fucking wrestling, and got to be hot-shotted so someone can find it interesting. I didn't see Shawn Michaels and Cena using weapons. I didn't see Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker using weapons. As maybe that Triple H is just really, really out of practice, and he just don't want to fucking admit it. What can I say about this match? But that I haven't already said before. It was shit. It could have been a whole lot worse than what it was, to tell you the truth. It really could have been. Kevin Nash with sidewalk slams on ladders. Triple H tried to destroy his knee. Triple H managed to get the sledgehammer while they was both on top of the ladder. He hit Kevin Nash in the head twice. He started beating on Kevin Nash. He hit Kevin Nash with a pedigree. He was going to offer me hold up the click sign. Triple H did the chop block in DX style and hit on the side of the head with a sledgehammer for the victory. This match gets a 3 out of 5. It could have been so much worse. It really good. It fails in comparison to the matches they had in 2003, but of course they weren't all fucking out of practice. Well, Nash has always been out of... Nash was out of practice when he was fucking 25, so it's not really saying much. Next up we have filler. Jack Swagger versus Sheamus. They had words earlier. I'm sorry, I'm a little stuffy this morning. Jack Swagger and Sheamus had words in Theodore Long's office during that sometime earlier in that evening, and they ended up having a match with filler. This match was shitty at best. It's pretty much a squash. Sheamus dominated, hitting him with the big foot. After a convincing ankle lock by Jack Swagger, this match gets a 2 out of 5. Next up, we have the chair match for the World's Heavyweight Championship. This match was short. It's like you blinked and you would have missed it. Mark Henry versus the Big Show. Mark Henry was fucking up Big Show with those chairs. He was pretty much whooping Big Show's ass for the majority, for about 90% of this match. Then when he got back up, Big Show managed to hit that knockout punch out of nowhere and ended the reign of Mark Henry as world champion. This finisher should have happened 2 months ago. Or maybe a month ago. This shit should have been done and over with. And next thing you know, Mark Henry got pissed off. He DDT'd the Big Show on the chair. I thought he was going to hit him with a World's Strongest Slam on the chair. Daniel Bryan comes down and cashes it in. What made it so funny is how normally when someone cashes in Money in the Bank, doesn't the guy usually have to be standing on his feet before the bell is rung? But Big Show is still laid out. Daniel Bryan went in for the cover and won the world title. Let's see how this goes. Overall, that match itself got a 2.5 out of 5. Next up, I wish Daniel Bryan all the best. I wish WWE would look at his old shit in Ring of Honor, but I figure the only way, they're gonna screw him. You know they're gonna screw him. So it's not even no point to even worry about him being a franchise player or anything. They're just gonna do the same thing to him that they do to everybody else. So I don't know how good being world champion in WWE does for your career these days. It's just like being TNA world champion. Next up, we have the Intercontinental Championship match, Cody Rhodes and Booker T. Cody Rhodes attacked Booker T twice early on in this evening. This match was crappy. Booker T was trying to sell injuries, not doing such a good job. He got a little bit of physicality on Cody Rhodes. He got a little bit of offense. But when it was all said and done, Booker T did a spinner Rooney out of nowhere for no apparent reason. Cody responded with 2 disaster kicks for the victory. Oh yeah, and I'm also going to talk about championships and how to treat them and how to defend them in my State of the WWE address, which I will have. I want to do a different style for it. That's why I'm hoping I get a new camera. That match gets a 1. I give it a fucking 1. Not even a 2. Next up, the only match on the card that delivered. The TLC, Triple Threat TLC match for the WWE Championship. Alberto, Miz, and CM Punk. Miz in a WWE title match. Damn, who would have thought it? And no John Cena. So I'm guessing a lot of people bought the pay-per-view on the grounds of, hey, no John Cena. And you figure Miz is finally in the main event for basically having nothing to do for the last 6 months. This match was everything a TLC match could have been. CM Punk got insecure through a table off the top rope. Ricardo Rodriguez went up and tried to grab the belt. And this is what I was understanding. This is what I don't understand. That shit was overbooking at his best. I mean, what the fuck's the point? I mean, Ricardo Rodriguez isn't really in the match. So even if he did climb up and get the belt and come down with it, they just would have hung it back up again. So what the fuck was the point? Oh, just to do something dangerous, just to injure him? So CM Punk and Miz pushed him off a ladder, and he went through tables. You didn't hear a peep out of him for the rest of the night. Miz handcuffed CM Punk. CM Punk kicked Miz upside the head and knocked him out. Alberto Del Rio tried to go up the ladder. Miz and him started fighting on top of the ladder. CM Punk destroyed the whole second turnbuckle to get himself free from those handcuffs. He kicked both of those sons of bitches off the ladder and ended up retaining the WWE Championship. See, I swear, CM Punk needs to be the future. He needs to be the future. This is the guy that you should revolve the company around for at least the next 6 months. You have to. He's the only one in the company who's really drawing any fucking money or people. He's the only one that people actually don't mind coming to see. Probably Randy Orton and him. I'm pretty sure no one's paying Ugob's money to see John Cena. But this match, I'll give a 4.5 out of 5. It was pretty good. It was the best. I mean, if you was going to I wish that they made up a way that you can just order certain matches. Like the pay-per-view itself, keep in mind, there's too much money anyway. I'm also going to talk about that in the WWE State of Address. There's a lot of subjects I'm going to touch base on in that. And what makes it so fucking bad is that like I said, it's such a shame that you had to pay so much money for pay-per-views that you're not even going to like and you can't get a refund. You should be able to buy matches. This is not DVD buy worthy. If you could just get this one match, then all hell yeah, you should. Oh, they also, speaking of hell yeah, they promoted a new Austin DVD, 3 discs, just like they did The Rock, the most electrifying man on sports entertainment. I was watching that on Netflix. This is early stuff, because most of that stuff he did in 2000 and 2001 I already have on VHS. Back when you used to tape things. Overall, WWE fucked it up last night. They fucked it. This shit was fucking horrible. It wasn't as bad as TNA's pay-per-view, but it was just, I'll give it, it's not even 8 worthy. It's not even an 8 worthy. I have to give it a 7.5 out of 10. If one of those matches was a little bit better, I could have gave it an 8, but they really need to try harder. This is Tough Tony signing off. Have a nice day.